Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a swatching review for the Sally Hansen Syrup collection. I only have 2 of the shades because I heard most of these polishes aren't that good, so I just picked the 2 that has some shimmer in them. Let's get into the swatches and I'll share more of my thoughts at the end. I'm using Holo Taco's Long-Lasting Base underneath all my swatches today. And if you see that little crack, it's because I broke my nail. I patched it up for now, but had to mention it because it kind of looks like a little hair or dust underneath my swatches, so I wanted to make it clear that it's not. The first polish that is up is Jammin Jellies. On the Ulta website, this is described as a jelly-like dark pink, but it clearly looks like a light purple to me, and there's a hint of shimmer running throughout. Whether it's technically dark pink or light purple doesn't really matter because this polish comes out pretty much clear. I'm showing the full hand swatches for each coat because I feel like jelly polishes should look good in any coat. This doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look like much of anything. You can see a bit of shimmer, but that's pretty much it. I was curious on how this was going to build up, if at all, so here's the second coat, not looking much different to me. I feel like I can see a hint of a lavenderish color around the base of my nail where I don't have any staining. Not sure if I only see that because I want to see it. I have a bit of staining towards the tips, but I feel like my staining isn't really that bad. Purple is also supposed to neutralize yellowy orange, but it doesn't seem to really do that either. Here's the third coat. So the color doesn't really build up, but the shimmer sort of builds up. If y'all can tell, I don't know. Here is Jammin Jellies in 3 coats with the glossy top coat. I'm typically a fan of sheer nail polishes, like very sheer nail polishes that most people would just consider a topper, but I'm not sure about this one, especially since the formula isn't my favorite either. If you didn't have any staining and you like a subtle my nails but better look, I suppose this could be pretty. I actually kind of like the way it looks here, but I can't say I recommend this. The next polish that is up is Sweet Spreads, a hot pink jelly with a bit of shimmer running throughout. From the swatches I've seen, I went into this knowing that the previous polish, along with all the others in this collection that I didn't get, was going to be extremely sheer, and I knew Sweet Spreads was the most pigmented in this collection. So you can see upon initial application, this one behaves more like you would expect a typical jelly polish to. I feel like the distribution of pink throughout the nail isn't the most even. Like towards the tips, it's a bit patchy. That could just be user error, but it could also be this formula isn't the best jelly. Probably a bit of both. Here's the second coat. The color is starting to build up and the second coat helped even things out a bit. Now for the third coat, I definitely think it looks so much better after 3 coats. The distribution of pink across the nail looks even now. Here's Sweet Spreads in 3 coats with the glossy top coat. I really like this color, it's super fun and summery, but like I said earlier, I feel like a good jelly polish should look good even in 1 or 2 coats. Although this polish has some shimmer, I felt like you couldn't really see it that well, and I wanted some more sparkle, so I'm adding a scattered holographic topper, and I think it already looks so much better. Final thoughts, y'all are probably curious about this scent. They both just kind of smell like very sweet artificial candy. I can't pinpoint exactly what fruit and stuff, but I didn't find the smell to be overpowering in any way. Of course, that will depend on how sensitive you yourself are to smells. I haven't tried any other scented polish, so I don't really have a baseline for how strong or weak a typical scented polish is. But one thing I didn't expect was for the scent to last on your nails. A few hours after painting, after I washed my hands and stuff, I could still smell the artificial fruit smell on my nails. I could only smell it if I put my hands right up to my nose, but for some reason I just didn't expect that. I thought scented polish was just to experience the smell while painting, but I thought it wouldn't last on your nails after that. The smell did fade the longer I wore it and the more I washed my hands, eventually to having no smell, but I just thought that was interesting. Overall, I don't think I would recommend these polishes. Even if you like the color, I think you'll be able to find jelly polishes from other brands that are better quality than these. They are really thick, like they low-key feel like syrup, and it's called Insta-Dri, but I don't think they dried any faster than a regular polish, so don't let that be a selling point for you. I also believe these are an Ulta exclusive. I got mine in-store in person in Ulta. If you're still wanting these polishes, I would say it's probably best to find them in-store. I heard Ulta isn't the best at shipping nail polish safely. But yeah, that's all for today's video. If you've tried these, let me know what you think. And what are your thoughts on scented nail polish if you've tried it, because this was my first time. I have the Cuticula Limitless Quick Dry Top Coat that's scented. I got it from Polish Pickup in April, but I haven't tried it just yet. Anyway, I think that's all from me for now. I'll see you all next time. Bye!